welcome to this new video where I'm gonna explain my current thought process about Bitcoin. What happened, what to look forward, potential trade opportunities for this week. I'm gonna do the same for ETH, which will be a little bit shorter because I think it's not too interesting. And then LDO because I think from a range trading perspective, this is an interesting chart. So let's get into it. If you don't know me, I'm Memon. I'm the co-owner of Met Trading, where we help people become profitable by using a well-defined range trading strategy. And to build extra confidence, I'm using statistics, both time and distance statistics, to give confidence and remove emotions within trading. So let's first get into Bitcoin. What is the current situation for Bitcoin? Bitcoin is still trading within this major range. What is always important is to know where you are trading in the bigger picture. So if we take the volume profile with us, we can see that Bitcoin is trading near the mid-range and around the point of control, which is here. We are within the value area. If you haven't seen the last video, go watch that because it was pretty informational in my opinion. What is good to know is that Bitcoin is trading near the mid-range and near the point of control of this major range. Most volume has happened here. So what we can expect is that we see more ranging and choppy price action within this area. So that's something to keep in mind so that you don't get chopped up on the lower time frames. Now let's have a look at the lower time frames. What happened since last week, where we started the week with an aggressive sell-off and then on Monday a very aggressive bounce. We have basically been ranging the whole week. I have not seen much price action, just sweeping the low each time. I mentioned my point of interest, which was this demand zone. We came into it and now are slightly bouncing off it. However, we are not doing anything too special yet. So what is my game plan for this week? If you look at the volume profile here, we see most volume has happened in this area. What I like about this week is that we started the week with a sweep. At least that was on Sunday, where we took out all this liquidity into this demand area, and since then we've pushed up, created the low of the trading week at hour 1 or hour 0 on Monday, and that is always a very strong pivot to put in an hourly and a daily low. And now we have the Monday's low, the weekly low at Monday and the high at Tuesday, in which we have a pretty strong Monday's low for the week already. If we look at statistics, I think I have them with me right here. And then we can see that since we have the weekly low at Monday and the current weekly high is on Tuesday, we already have a 65.1% chance that the weekly low will hold, and a very, very low chance that the current weekly high will hold, which is today on Tuesday. Which means that we have very good probabilities to see that this Monday's low will hold and that we can aim for higher this week. So that's also the play I'm looking for, which means that I'm looking for dips to buy for a new weekly high, which is main target is that area there. And this is my invalidation, that's the Monday low. If we then zoom in a bit more, we can see that we have since Monday that strong push up. This is our invalidation. Then we created an imbalance right here, and then we have seen some price action right here. In my opinion, we have quite some liquidity here with this lows stacking up right above this imbalance. And oftentimes that's an area where people put their stop losses, in which we have liquidity. So what I always like to do is to pull some fib levels from the weekly low to the weekly high, put some OTE, and then we can see that we have the right here, the fib levels aligning with the liquidity sweep, which is here, and the imbalance. So that's my main area where I want to look for longs, which will then look something like this with the stop loss at Monday's low, and then aim for a new weekly high, at least till there, but potentially we can run it all the way up to 103k for a very nice risk to reward trade. So this will be the main setup. Hopefully we can sweep this liquidity, but I will also locally see if we potentially sweep liquidity here or here and then get a bullish reaction with a break of structure. Then I might already jump into a long position as well, but that will be all announced in my Discord server as always, which can be found in the link below this video. What I'm looking at that move. Okay, you can cut this, then we can go over to the next chart. And I'm gonna talk about Bitcoin a bit more. What I want to see for Bitcoin is that main POI is to look for a long inside this area after the liquidity sweep into the imbalance and then ride it to new highs. What could potentially also happen is that we first go to this supply, then we might have a potential distribution on our hands right here, and then I might look for a scalp short from this area into the POI, and then I can potentially switch that short into a long. That's always a nice way to play it, since then you can go both ways and are not at risk. However, if we first go for the high and we take out this supply zone and then come down, then we have a much stronger reason to later in the week, especially during Thursday or Friday, take out this level and then make a new weekly high at least, because then this supply zone will already be mitigated, and then we don't have any supply or any resistance till at least this 103k area. So if we first push into supply before hitting my POI for longs, then I'm also open to look for shorts. Otherwise, I'm just waiting for this level to be hit and then we long it up from here. Bitcoin is still king of the market, so main attention is on Bitcoin. Then we can now quickly look at ETH. For ETH, I'm not too interested. We are still below the major range we have been trading in for a long time. Then we broke down and now we have formed a new range here. Price action not doing anything too interesting. What I don't like about ETH is that we since Monday pushed up and basically have very bad price action here. So for ETH, I want to see at least this liquidity be taken out, and then maybe we can move to this range high. But I think Bitcoin will lead, so more interested in longs on Bitcoin and other strong coins instead of ETH, which is still lacking a lot of strength. So not paying too much attention on ETH. Yeah, not too interesting. What is an interesting chart though is LDO. LDO is an ETH beta. So what I'm looking at is that we potentially, if ETH starts to perform better, ETH betas like LDO will do very well. And this is one of the bigger projects. And since this is in a major range, since when is this? Start of December 2024, we have been in this major range. And since we moved towards the range lows, it's time to pay attention. If we pull our volume profile, and we can also see that we came towards the range low, and since then we pushed above the value area low, while we also broke structure back to bullish. So I'm paying close attention, let's see, to the direction right here. If we zoom a little bit out, we can also see that we had a range within a range, which is here, range high, range low. And here we actually had a distribution, and model 1 now is potentially flowing over into a accumulation. And since we started this week also with a move up on Monday, this could very well be the low for the week. And then I'm targeting this easy liquidity. Let me pull it like this and there. So in that case, this will be the invalidation. Here we broke structure. Only thing I don't really like is also here that we have a bit of easy liquidity. However, therefore I want to see a move into this demand zone. Maybe we sweep it and then wait for a local break of structure like here, and then long it there. Stop loss Monday's low, and then target new weekly high at least there, but potentially we can run it up higher towards the higher part of the range. I really like this from a range perspective. However, what also could still be the case is that we go for the demand we have right below. We have this major range with a 4-hour and also higher time frame demand right below the range, which is not yet mitigated. So what is also always the case is that we just continue this downtrend, took liquidity, move lower, mitigate this demand, and then actually go for the range rotation. But that's something to keep in mind, and therefore I also want to follow the local structure to not be trapped in any fake moves in case this was just a liquidity grab and we now go down. Therefore I want to see local price action, then a local break of structure like this, and then we can enter. As always, I will share this all in the Discord server, where I also share the time and distance statistics, share setups, and just discuss with the whole community. So if you don't want to miss any plays for the coming week, make sure to check the Discord server. Link in the description, and then I see you in the next video.